Hey guys, Clone Guy here, and today we're playing in the King Tiger. The Tiger 2 pretty much is what it is. It's just a slightly worse Tiger 2. It used to be slightly better in a way. It's just as mobile. It's got about the same gun, but it's less accurate. And it also has a worse rate of fire, but it used to have 50 extra hit points on the Tiger 2. But now the Tiger 2 has been buffed. The Tiger 2 now has 1700 hit points. It's got a more accurate gun, a better rate of fire, just as mobile. So there's almost no reason to play this tank other than making credits. And that's exactly what we're doing today, is we are making credits. I don't know if you saw the matchmaking, but we are top tier, and this is one of 2 games where I was top tier all day today. I played about 22 games, and I was mostly mid-tier to bottom tier in my tier 8s. And it was just one game in my King Tiger where I was top tier, and one game in my Nomad that I was top tier. And then a couple games I was top tier in preferential tanks. But preferential tanks have preferential matchmaking. Other than that, I was mid to bottom tier every time in tier 8. And tier 8 matchmaking is probably one of the worst things in World of Tanks. Probably one of the worst things in gaming in general. Tier 8 matchmaking is awful. I think it goes, so things that are just terrible in this game go the, let's see. Oh yes, console made maps. So in other words, maps created by the console development team. Those are garbage, by the way. They should let PC make the maps, please. The next thing is, well, artillery. Alright, I'm just gonna say, like, oh, but you just posted a video with artillery. Yes, I did. I can still hate artillery. Just because I play it doesn't mean I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I know it's a little bit hypocritical, but hey, what can you do? And tier 8 matchmaking. +2, -2 is probably one of the worst things. And that shot right there, ignore that shot. I miscalculated my reload. I thought I was already loaded, fired, nothing came out, zoomed out, and then I fired. So ignore that shot, that means nothing. Okay, actually it does mean something, it means I'm awful. But we make up for it with a tracking shot there. But yeah, those are just things I don't really like. Now today, there is something going on for Monday Madness, and you get 25% extra credits and 25% extra experience every game. And it's like, well, I'm not grinding anything, let's make some credits. So that's the theme of today's video. We have a double booster on. We have premium round, our premium account going on. We have the fact that we're playing premium tanks. That's also helping us out. Then there's a destroyed op, I think, where if you destroy a tank, you get 25% extra credits as well. And then there is the Monday Madness thing. Is there anything else we're missing? Double, I don't think so. I think that's it. So we're gonna make as much money as we can. Indian Panzer immediately regrets his decision. He's like, nope, going back. And so we're like, okay, hello. We put a shell into him for 333, all threes. Look at that. And we're losing this game, but we're just gonna kind of hold here. We are top tier. We have to be the hammer. We have to make sure that if we win this game, it's because we're doing something. You know what I'm saying? You know, if we're doing nothing, then you're not doing anything. So that's what's going on. So we gotta make sure we're doing something. So anyway, we won our flank, and now we've come back to help the other flank, because the other flank has been lost. Luckily, we won our flank quick enough to hopefully win this game. We tried to go for a tracking shot there. We do hit his tracks, but we just do not quite hit flush on the drive wheel, and because of that, they do not come off, unfortunately, there. But now we have T25-2. No, he's driving on. Challenger, come on, can we put a shell? Yes, we can. We miss the tracks again. We're not in the Tiger 2. The Tiger 2 might have been able to do it, and unfortunately, our Dreadnought misses his shot. But can we finish him off? Oh, no, we're going to change our attention instead to this guy. We do actually track him that time. That time our shell does fly true, does fly for the tracks. And I thought about shooting that T-25, but I changed my mind. I've got to get this guy off the board. We can overmatch him from any angle, so we put the shell in. And now we know the Scorpion G is coming around the corner. He will probably pen us. Yes, he does. He puts a shell into us. But our Dreadnought is loaded, and he hits this time. And now we're hoping for a high roll. We need 347. Fire the shell off. Yes, we roll 347, and we barely hit his tank. And now suddenly we're down by 1 tank, and one of theirs is artillery. And I just looked at the tanks that are left, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's just us. There are no more top tier tanks, if I'm not mistaken, except the Indian Panzer. So now we're just like, all right, let's go, let's do this. Put a shell into him, and then we're gonna go straight after these guys. But I just want to wait. Dreadnought finishes him off, and I'm like, all right, we're not gonna get anything done by doing nothing. We're gonna put a shell into this guy, then we're gonna shoot the other guy and ram him. Here we come. Hello there. Indian Panzer's there. Boom, we ram this guy up for almost 200 damage, and now we're gonna put a shell into him. Nope, our IS-3 put the shell in him, so instead we're gonna save this shot for the Indian Panzer. Boom, there we go, and we damage his tracks and break his engine, and because of that, we get the assist. Assist is huge when you're trying to make money. Any kind of damage, any kind of kills, any kind of spotting. Pretty much just maximize your numbers, get your numbers as high as you can. And that's what we're trying to do here. Go for tracking shots, go for damaging hits, go for killing shots. And if you're able to do that, you're able to make quite a bit of money. Even though we were beelining straight towards the artillery, we were just a little bit too far away and a little bit too slow. And the IS-3 is able to pick him up, though we do win the game. How much money did we manage to accumulate with all those ops going on? 425,000 credits made. Not too shabby. 10,000 experience as well with the ×2 booster on, and then the other booster on, and then premium on, all that other stuff. 4,200 damage done, 1,800 assist, 3 kills, 2 tanks detected, a little bit of damage blocked, but I don't think that goes towards any money you make, other than the fact that we didn't take damage, so we didn't have to pay for those repairs. But there is game number 1. Here is game number 2. We are in the Atomic, and we find ourselves in the mid-tier. Pretty much, though, there's not really that many 9s, rest in peace 9s in this game. I'm so sorry for your loss. But we're about mid-tier, so that's pretty good. There's some 9s, there's a lot of 8s, and a few, just a small number of 7s. And that's where we find ourselves. And I'm just looking at the, actually I was not looking at anything there. I was looking at my computer, so ignore that. So we're playing in the Atomic, and what is my equipment loadout? This is something I forgot to mention in my King Tiger, because people always ask me what kind of equipment I have loaded. And so we'll go through the King Tiger first. The King Tiger, I have a gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, and coated optics. Here in my Atomic, I have a gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, and coated optics. You're going to find that is a trend. If my tank can take a gun rammer, I'm grabbing a gun rammer. If my tank can take a vertical stabilizer, I'm taking a vertical stabilizer. Those are pretty much the two I always take. And then I'm kind of, usually take optics, but sometimes I'll go vents. Some tanks, if I decide I'm not really gonna be spotting with this tank, I kind of rather just brawl, I'll put vents. But I've been kind of switching everything over to optics lately, and it's been working out. I put optics on my Chieftain, I think, recently, and my E5 recently, and my 5A, and my 113. They've been really helping. I like being able to outspot everyone, and you just get just a small bit more of assist per game, and it's really nice. And I've been doing that on my tier 8 heavies as well, on my Lova, like I said, my King Tiger. I have it on my what is that thing called? The Chrysler K, and I've been really liking it. Optics have been doing wondrous things for me. But we catch this T-29 out, and our amazing rate of fire, without vents and without food, is still able to just put shell after shell after shell in this guy. And the Atomic has a 65% credit multiplier, which is amazing. And it also has better rate of fire than the Centurion 1, and a better rate of fire than the STRV-81, is it called, and a better rate of fire than the Primo Victoria, and a better rate of fire than the Huntsman. It's like pretty much the best Centurion. It's better than them in almost every single way. It doesn't have better turn armor, it's got the same. It doesn't have better hull armor, it's got the same. It doesn't have better mobility, it's got the same. But it's got a better rate of fire, so it almost doesn't make sense. It's just better. In my opinion, this tank is just better. It's one of those like almost pay-to-win tanks. But some will say, oh, it's less accurate. Yeah, but that doesn't really come into play that much. And now we're trying to help this guy out. And we put a shell into there. Unfortunately, our E50 does go down, and now we're going to try to help with this T54. But I don't want to poke out because the E50 just got killed by an IS-2M. So I know they have snipers in the back. So I got to keep that in mind. And because of that, I'm not risking my hit points right now. It might be selfish because I kind of just let my STA-2 die. But at this point in the game, I thought to myself, it is not worth sacrificing my hit points right now to save one guy who is in a bad spot. He put himself there, unfortunately, and there's nothing I could really have done about it. If I'd gone out there to help him, I would have just taken damage as well. The STA-2 was gonna die regardless, because like I said, the E50 got killed by some snipers in the back, and if they had shots on the E50, they had shots on the STA-2. Simple as that. But now we have some shots on this guy. 192 roll. Not the greatest roll, but hey, we tried. But now we're changing our attention back to this guy. Like, oh boy, here he comes. We loaded up some premium rounds, not for the gory niche. We really do not need premium rounds for this guy. We loaded them for the Type 4 heavy. But then this guy rolled around, so we're just going to go with it, Then this is just money. Even firing premium rounds, we've got all these boosters on, we're making money. So we may as well fire them off, because, we're making money. We're making money. We probably made, each shot we fire in this game, we're probably making 20,000 credits, something like that, something absurd like that. But that's just because of all these boosters we have on right now. Now we're aiming up at a shot at this guy. Can we penetrate him? No, we missed. It goes into his turret, but now he's looking this way. Alright, we're going to hold him here. Motherland might have a shot on us. Yeah, he puts a shell on us. It wasn't actually the Motherland. I think it was the T-29. Yes, there's the T-29. It was him who had a shot on us, and he puts it into us. But now I'm like, this really isn't going to work. They're really hunkered down, and yeah, I don't really want to fight a Type 4 from the front, and a T-29 who's held on giving him support, and a Motherland who's just sitting right next to me keeping me spotted constantly. So I'm going to risk the snipers. Now that our team has kind of fully engaged them over on the other flank, I'm going to risk the snipers. But this guy has shots at me, so first things first, let's finish him off. Put a shell, we bounce off his engine deck there. So now we're going to change our shot to the side of his turret, and it does fly true. It actually looks like maybe it hits him in the roof or the back of the turret, and hopefully we'll finish him off here. No, we do not. Someone else finishes him off right before we fire. That's okay, that's one less gun aiming at us, and now the scores are finally tied again. We were losing, and now we're tied, so that's a good thing. Now there's an Emil 2 who has not been spotted this entire time, and I have not noticed that, and that's gonna come into play. And luckily for me, this Emil 2 isn't the brightest bulb in the bush. I didn't realize bushes had bulbs, but they do, and you know, if you decide to decorate your tree or your bush, it will have a bulb. And when he could have won this game easily could have won the game. In fact, he would have won this game. We bounced a shot foolishly off the side. We went for his weak spot instead of his side there, but we reload and we finish him off, and suddenly we lose the lead and gain the lead yet again. And right here, we're about to close the distance on these two guys, get hold on them, use our 10 degrees gun depression, and that's when suddenly, out of the blue, the Emil 2 comes out of nowhere, bouncing his first shell off of our tracks, hitting our tracks again with the second shell, and not doing no damage, and then hitting our turret and yet again doing no damage. We got exceedingly lucky there. In fact, another reason why we're so lucky this game is the fact that that Emil 2 is not fighting. He's in the back sniping. If he had joined these guys up here, he probably would have won this game and beaten us. If he had gone to the other flank and fought my guys up there, you're going to see at the end of this game that it gets really, really close. He probably would have won the game, but instead, in his Emil 2, he decided to snipe, and because of that, he lost the game. Guys, when you're top tier, especially in your heavy tanks, do not snipe. Do not snipe. You're just losing the game for your team. Now, I figured, okay, the Emil 2 should have gone immediately for a reload because he's got 4 shots. Now he's got 1 shot left, so he should still be reloading. But yet again, the Emil decided to save his 1 final shell, and because of that, he is able to put a singular shell into me. And that's a little bit unfortunate, but we finish off the Motherland. Our tank destroyer bounces off of him, so he might have been able to get around our tank destroyer there, who knows. So we put the shell in to confirm the kill. So like I said, the Emil could have easily won this game. Easily, because right now it's a 3 versus 2 up in the other flank against our 2 tier 9s who are in a platoon, and they're probably actually going to get themselves out of it because they're top tier. There we go. He finishes off the tank. The T-30 does. And there we go, we spot ourselves the Emil, and he's running. I thought he was going to be coming this way, so I was cutting through the middle. I wanted to get through the middle as fast as I could and meet my team, because I thought he was going to beeline straight towards me and my friend and just kill us, because he could have easily come around, put 2 shells into me and killed me, and then put 2 shells into my tank destroyer and killed him. He could have done that and easily killed us both. But instead, he's running the other way, and I noticed that. I'm like, I've already kind of figured he's probably not the smartest player, so I'm just going to roll up and fight him from behind and see what happens. Where is he? He's around here somewhere. There he is. We spot him, and we're going to put some shells into him. He starts to turn for us, which he easily could block our shells if he does turn for us, but then he changes his mind, and we're allowed to put another free shell into him. And then I notice my tank destroyer behind me. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can track him for you. So I'm aiming up at his tracks, and the shell goes low, unfortunately, and hits the ridge in front of him. I should have gone for the back of the turret. It was the easier shot, but I wanted to hold him still for our tank destroyer. But alas, unfortunately, we miss. Now, luckily, this time, it's not going to be like last game where I drive fruitlessly and do nothing at the end of this game. We are going to get a little bit more damage off of this guy because he apparently does know where to shoot his gun. He puts a shell in the M103, penetrating him. Then he gets penned by both the T-30 and the M103, but then he puts another shell into the M103, and he finishes him off. And he's got 1 more shell left. And now he's driving towards this T-30, and this T-30, I think, got a little bit scared. And so he's not pushing him. So we put a shell into the back of him, but now he's turning for us. So now here comes the T-30, but we are a heavy tank. Not really, and he's a light tank. We ram him, and we finish him off, getting the kill and also the Kamikaze medal for finishing off a higher tiered opponent with a ram. And that will also hopefully, theoretically, get us a few more credits because it is a ribbon, a medal that we get in our garage. And I think you get a little bit of a bonus there. How much money did we make? 388,000 credits made, 4,100 damage done, 500 assisted, 4 kills, another ace tanker, kamikaze medal, and we're now sitting pretty at 86% in this tank. We just 2-marked it today. And 400 damage blocked because it doesn't count the tracking hits from the Emil 2. Not too shabby. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, and subscribe. Are you grinding money too? Because I certainly am. I'm grinding money right now. I've made 4 million credits so far today playing my tier 8s with my double booster on because of Monday Madness. And if you are, let me know how much money you guys are making. And I will see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.